In this video, I'll be taking a look at NBA Playgrounds. This game just came out a couple of weeks ago. This is an indie title. This will run you 20 flat dollars, and this is a multi-platform indie game, so you're going to be able to get it on Steam, on the PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and of course the Nintendo Switch. The version you are looking at on screen right now is the Nintendo Switch version. Now, if you haven't heard of NBA Playgrounds is a very arcadey basketball type game. It can be comparison to NBA Street and NBA Jam. A lot of people say this actually plays like NBA Jam, and I have played NBA Jam, and I can say this game plays very well to NBA Jam. The mechanics, the art style, and everything. It's pretty much an updated version of NBA Jam. Now, if you buy this game on the Nintendo Switch, you are going to be missing features that the other consoles have, unfortunately. For instance, this game does not have online multiplayer, which the other versions of the game do have online multiplayer. The developer said they will be adding that later in a future update, so stay tuned for that. Also, we're missing players that the other versions have as well. I will leave a link down in the description for all the updates that the game has outside of the Nintendo Switch version. So if you would like to see what players are in the other versions of the game that we don't have, then you can decide which version you want if you like those players a lot. Again, they're probably going to add this to the Nintendo Switch version, but we don't have any release date, and we don't know for a factor when they're adding that. Also, one thing they have added, they've made it a little bit easier for you to shoot the ball. Again, that update is not in the Switch version at all, so you don't know when you're actually timing your shots. Timing is critical when you play NBA Playgrounds, and they do have a bar at the bottom in the other versions that really help you time your shots. Unfortunately, those are not there as well. Anyway, let's take a look at NBA Playgrounds. Now, before I talk about all the game modes in the game, I would like to say that if you do pick up this game before online is added, the developer did say we will be getting Shaq Fu for free. Shaq Fu Legends is supposed to be coming out next month or the month after. Don't quote me on that, but if you do buy the game before online is added, that's what you're going to be getting as a free gift. I'm actually glad the developer actually understands everybody's problems with the game, and they admitted they accidentally messed up because we're missing so many features the other versions of the game have, that they're going to give us a free game, a free gift, which is very nice. Obviously, if you buy it after the online is added, you will have to pay for Shaq Fu. So if you're thinking about buying the game, buy it as soon as possible, just so you can get the free Shaq Fu game. Even if it's bad, it's still a free gift that the developer wanted to give us for messing up. Now, on the main menu, you can see I am playing with Wilt Chamberlain and I am playing with Carmelo Anthony. Now, every player in the game you will have to unlock. The way you're going to unlock players in the game is going to be through card packs. Now, you get silver and you get gold card packs. The gold card packs are going to be where you're getting the legends and the epic players. And the silver packs, you can still get epics and legends, but it's very rare that you get them in the silver packs. One nice thing I gotta say about the developer of this game is I gotta give them two big thumbs up. They could have easily made this game with a lot of microtransactions with buying card packs and forcing you to pay and stuff, but no, everything in the game is gonna be free. You just pay a flat $20 and you get every content in the game. Of course, you gotta unlock all the players, but at least they're not doing what Madden, NBA 2K does with all the My Team and things like that. They could have easily done that, and they could have gained a lot of money from it. But I am glad they're not trying to really screw us over as consumers. They're really out there to really make it a fun, enjoyable experience for every single person. Also, like I said before in the beginning of the video, there is some players that we are missing from this game. I will leave a link down in the description if you want to see what features and what players are not in this version currently at the very moment. I'm assuming, or obviously, we're probably going to get those features in the future. We just don't have a release date. So if you want to check out the link in the description, go ahead and click it. Then you can see if you want to buy the Switch version or if you want to buy another version depending on the different players that we currently don't have on this version. Now anyway, here are the different game modes we have in the game. We have Exhibition. Exhibition is just going to be your standard pick up and play. You can play against the computer or you can play against a friend. Tournaments is where you're going to be spending most of your time, because tournaments is where you're going to be unlocking new courts, unlocking power-ups, unlocking gold packs, doing challenges. So that's the meat and potatoes of NBA Playgrounds right there. And then online match Obviously, online match is not here in the Switch version. If you pick up another version, PS4, Xbox One, or the Steam PC version, then you will be getting online multiplayer right out the gate. And then we have card collection. Card collection pretty much just shows you every single player you currently have unlocked and is ready to use. And then you have profile, open packs. Currently, I don't have any packs to open. The good news about this game is it is very easy to get packs to open. You'll be opening packs very frequently, so don't think that it's very hard to unlock players. It is very easy to unlock players in this game by just playing tournaments and things like that. And then you do have options. Now I'm going to go into card collections. When that little exclamation point is near something, that means there's players I've unlocked but I haven't looked at or used yet. Let me just go to, for instance, let me go to 76ers. I do have Wilt Chamberlain unlocked. You just seen he is a legend card. You can see I have a lot of other players I don't have unlocked at the moment. So it will take you some time to unlock every single player in the game. But there is Wilt Chamberlain right there. You can go ahead and click on stats. Each player does have different stats. You can see his dunk is 6. His three-pointing, not too good at three-pointers. 2 points 9, steal 2, blocks 8. You can see they have stats. You can see career stats, and then at the bottom right you can see bio. You can click on a bio, and then the bio will tell you facts about a player, which I think is a very cool addition, especially if you're a basketball fan, or maybe you're just a casual fan of basketball too, and you don't know much about players. It does give you a little brief history of each player. Also, I did forget to mention that when you do unlock players through the card packs, you can get duplicates of players, and when you get duplicates of players, it basically just adds to their XP because you can upgrade the player. Not really upgrade them, but you can level them up, and by leveling up the character, the more you use them, the more they level up. And by leveling up the players, they basically just get more animations in the game. So you'll be getting different dunk styles. You'll be getting different different dribbling animations and stuff like that. Nothing that's gonna break the game. It's just nice that we do get different animations by leveling up these up your NBA players. Now let me go ahead and go back and profile. Profile just basically shows me what level I am. In this game, you can also level up yourself outside of leveling up the NBA players. And then open packs I can't show you. I would demo that, but unfortunately I don't have any to demo. And then I have options. Inside options we have a couple of things. You can see all the controls, because when you first play this game it may be a little bit jarring trying to figure out all the controls and how to use them, but there's all the controls in the game. And then you can also change the music volume, and you can also change the sound effects in the game. The nice thing about this game is the developers probably admitted the commentating was very stale and very repetitive, so you can turn off the commentator if you don't like the commentator. The commentator in this game is nothing amazing, nothing new we haven't seen in video games. He's very stale, very repetitive. Sometimes he says, "Oh, he shot a three-pointer, nice shot," or a shot from downtown, and you're doing a dunk. So you can see the commentator's kind of a mixed bag. He's not the greatest, but it is glad you can turn off the commentator. Also, you can redo the tutorial when you go into the options if you don't know some buttons and things and you're still confused. You do get a tutorial right when you start the game, but it's nice to redo it if you want to. One thing I do want to mention about NBA Playgrounds on the Switch, I really want to tell you guys that the one complaint people are having with this game, which I can contest to, is the fact that the loading times of the game are very, very bad. They're worse than Breath of the Wild, and I can say that they are very bad. They're nothing to where you want to turn off the game or anything like that, but for an indie game like this, I will admit that they are very long. They can get very long at times, and it's kind of annoying. Actually, on this video, I will be showing you some of the load times so you can sit through them and actually experience them. I don't know how many other reviews are actually showing you the load times, but I want you guys to sit through at least one load time so you can see how long the load times of the game actually take. Another downside of this game, people are saying, is that the fact that it looks like it's kind of milky in portable mode. To be honest, I only played it in portable mode about 10 minutes. I didn't really think it was that bad as people are putting on. It did look low res. I think the game only plays at 600p when you're playing in portable mode. You're not even playing at the true Switch's screen resolution, which is 720p. Unfortunately, I can't say it's grainy, but I don't think I think a lot of people are blowing it out of proportion. But once you play it on the TV, it does look like a very solid, nice experience on the TV. But unfortunately, again, when it comes to the visuals of the game, we were kind of getting gypped off because the other versions of the game do have better graphics. They do have shadows on the ground, which this game doesn't have. One other complaint some people were complaining about, and I'm kind of complaining about as well, which the developer actually admitted. The size of this game, for not having a lot of stuff in the game, it's around 7 point something gig for the Switch version. I can't justify it for the other versions of the game, but for the Switch version, it is going to be around 7 something gig, and that's very big for a game that's an indie game, and for the fact we're missing so many features that the other versions don't have, and the graphics are the stuff in the game, like the graphical visual experience, is not as good as the other versions. They are in the one of the next updates. They did say they will be chopping the file size in half, so about 3, 4, some gig around there. It will be chopped down, which is nice because 7 gig is just ridiculous for a game like that. Now I don't know if it really needs to be 7 gig, but they have admitted that it was way too big of a game. Now let's go into an exhibition match. Here is where the meat, not the meat and potatoes, but here is where you're going to be playing a quick pickup game with all your friends, or just a CPU if you just want to kick back, relax, chill, play some NBA or play some basketball. One nice thing this game has over NBA Jam is the fact that you can pick 2 different players from different teams. They don't have to be on the same team, which I think is very nice, because in NBA Jam you do have to pick 2 players from the exact same team every single time. So it's nice that you can mix and match. I'm just going to stick with my Wilt Chamberlain and Carmelo Anthony combo. I'm just going to pick, he's an epic, so I'm going to pick Dominique Wilkins, and just going to pick someone else random, I guess Nan, however you pronounce him. And here is all the different locations you can pick in the game. You can play New York, Tokyo, Paris, Shanghai, London, Las Vegas, Seattle, and Venice Beach. I'm just going to go ahead and pick one because I only have one unlocked. Even though I played this 10 hours, I only played a little bit of the tournament mode. I really need to go back into the tournament mode and try to unlock the rest of them. Let me go ahead and pick Tokyo. One thing I have noticed with the game is the fact that each individual court, at least from the 2 I unlocked, have different music, and it really feels awesome. Now you're really going to experience how long the game takes to load. I'm going to let the game load and then come back and talk about how the game plays actually. So see you guys on the other side of the loading screen. Now the game has actually finally loaded. You can see that the load times are very, very long. Some people may not like the loading times, but I think that they're not unbearable. I just want to make that clear, at least for me. It will depend on person to person and how much your tolerance is or how much you're patient with the game. But here we go. Here is Shanghai. I wanted to show you one of the other courts instead of showing you New York, because New York is just basic. You can see it looks like a very good game on Switch. Now here is the tip-off of the game right here. The 2 bars on the top, left and right, are going to be your power meter. Your power meter is going to be when you do dunks, when you do steals, anything, you're going to fill up that meter. And once you get the meter filled up, you're going to get something called lottery. The lottery tickets. And what lottery tickets are, they're little power-ups you can get in the game. And they're going to be random every single time. Ooh, damn, that guy did a pretty cool dunk. As you can see, when you do get the tip-off, the first person to make the first basket of the game will get 3 points instead of 2. That is one problem I do have with this game. The one problem I have with this game is you don't know when you're going to get a 4-pointer, a 3-pointer, and things like that. It's very... it relies too much on accuracy, especially right here. If you shoot up and you make it, sometimes you get 3. And then right there, you can see I got a 4-pointer. It really relies on how accurate you are when you're timing your shots. And I think that's kind of unfair unfair to certain people who aren't good at the game. If you really know the timing down, then you can definitely cheese your way, especially if you're going to be playing online. So it may be broken. Hopefully they do end up fixing that or just removing that at the game at all. I will say though, it does make it much more competitive, just because if you're down by like, say for like, if you're down by like 10 and then you get a perfect shot, or you use your trick, or you use your lottery ticket, then you can't actually come back. So never think you're out of the game just because someone's creaming you. That is one thing I do like. So it's kind of like, do I like the 4-point shooting, the accuracy whole thing, or do I like it because it makes the game fair, just because if you're down by a lot, you can actually come back. Let me see if I can do a dunk. Nope, didn't get a dunk. And you can see right there, it says late. Your accuracy really does matter a lot when it comes to this game. Also, you can see that there's no actual indicators of how much time's left on the clock and how much scoring each team has. But if you look in the background, you can see a billboard, and the billboard and the signs in the background really tell you like how much time is left in the game and how much the score is and how much you have on your clock shot, or your shot clock. You can see the score is 4-5 and there's 3 minutes left. Now there are no quarters in this game. There's only one quarter, about 4 minutes. So yeah, that's all when it comes to that. And you can also see in the left top corner, you can see I finally got my lottery ticket. Now the lottery ticket I have is a lottery ticket that pretty much guarantees you a perfect shot no matter where you are at the court. That's what the lightning bolt means with the ball. You're always going to make the shot regardless of how powerful the player is or how good they are on defense. They can't stop you. So you can see some of the power-ups are kind of unfair as well. But then, like I said again, it does make the game much more competitive, just because if you're down by like 5 or 6 points, even 10 points, you can easily cheese your way back into the competition. Honestly, if you were to ask me about this game, I think that it's really fluid, really nice, and just really, it feels really nice to actually shoot the ball and actually dunk and everything like that. A lot of people, if you've ever played NBA Jam, will say that, oh, it relies heavily on dunking, and that's what most people do in NBA Jam. At least that's what I did in NBA Jam. But in this game, I'm doing a lot of 3-pointers just because you can get 4-pointers if you're lucky. I'm dunking. I'm doing a lot of different things I wouldn't normally do in NBA Jam, because first of all, the shooting's very satisfying in this game and the dunking, whereas in NBA Jam, I didn't really feel like the shooting was very good, at least in my opinion. Now the computer has one called 12 inches, and what 12 inches is basically, or 12 foot, however you want to call it, it's basically a power-up that basically makes the shot clock go down super fast. One thing with the power-up system, if you have a full power meter and you haven't used your power-up yet, if someone steals the ball from you, then your lottery ticket can definitely go away. So you got to be careful when you have your lottery bar filled up all the way with a power up, because if someone steals the ball, then you lose that power up instantly. There's been times where I had that perfect shot ball with the ball with the electricity around it, and then someone would jack the ball from me, and then I would not have that power up, and it would make me so mad. Let's see if I can get another dunk on camera right here. Woo! Damn, that guy's doing a really nice dunk right there. So you can see this game is definitely very flashy as well. If you love flash, if you love tricks and things like that, then you're definitely gonna love that game. You can see I did a perfect shot right there for the dunk, and I honestly don't even know how I did that. The timing is very unclear too. They don't explain it. They just say get the timing down right when you do the tutorial, which doesn't really mean too much to me because I don't know what that means. But honestly, this game is very fluid. I would say this game might be 60 frames per second. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like it's very solid. I'm not having any lag. I'm not having any delay. Now, I don't know what online would be in this game because I can't say for sure, but overall, I'm loving my experience so far with the game. Now, I'm not going to play this whole match for you, but there's the pause menu. You got continue, restart, and exit. I'm going to go ahead and exit and show you the other game modes of the game. So here is the tournament mode of the game. Like I said before, this is the meat and potatoes of the game. This is probably where you're going to be spending most of your time because you have to unlock everything in tournament mode, whether it be the court, whether it be the power-ups, or whether it be different players. This is where you're going to be spending most of your time. Now you can see you got different locations. You got Las Vegas, New York, London, Paris, Shanghai, and Tokyo. And honestly, this game mode is very short. Honestly, I think it needs to be longer. You can see at the whole map, they could have easily put some in South America, some in Africa, and some in Australia. They need to make more of these tournaments just because they're very short. I have heard from people that Las Vegas is so hard. When you get to Las Vegas, the computer will kick your butt. But anyway, here we go. It says 3 out of 4. What 3 out of 4 means when it says like the trophies, those are just going to be like achievements in the game. You don't have to complete the achievements to move on. All you have to do is beat the computer. I'm going to go into New York. And in New York, you have 8th for semi-final. That's how each tournament is going to be laid out. They're all laid out the same, but they all have different achievements. You can see score 2 3-pointers in one game. Not too hard. Perform 1 block. Perform 2 steals in one game. Perform 1 alley-oop in a game. The one thing I can still not figure out in this game is how to do alley-oops. Maybe they're easy. I've tried it time and time again, and for some reason, I can't get alley-ooping down. Also, some people are saying that in the later tournaments, like in Las Vegas, the achievements are almost impossible to get. And I think the developer has admitted as well. Some of the achievements are almost so impossible that they are going to be reworking the achievement system in the game, just because the achievement system in the game is very, very broken on some of the achievements, not all of them. So that is nice. They are planning on fixing that as well. And that's pretty much all there is to NBA Playground. You've seen some gameplay. You heard me talk about it. I just want to give my final thoughts of the game before I head out of here. If you were to ask me if I like this game, definitely like it. For $20, you can't expect the world. You're not expecting an NBA 2K type of arcade game. Of course, this game, just like NBA Jam, doesn't have as much content as NBA Street or NBA Jam. That's one thing those games had more. NBA Jam and NBA Street had more content. I feel like one area this game needs to improve on, besides even adding online, they need to add more game modes. I am a person who does actually play NBA Jam from time to time. Me and my friend play NBA Jam almost once a week. The other day, actually, I did jump into NBA Jam. Now, I can't say for every version of the game. I normally play the Wii version of NBA Jam, and that game is packed with content. Like, it has way more modes. This one either has exhibition, tournament, or online. And outside of exhibition, you only have tournaments. What happens after you beat tournaments? Then you're just stuck playing the computer for a while. At least they will be adding online. If that's the only gripe, that's my only gripe. I did have a gripe with the mechanics of the game because you do have to time your shots. Timing your shots gives you always 1 extra point, whether it be 3-point on a dunk or whether it be 4 points on a 3-point shot. It's just very unclear. Hopefully that shot indicator that lets you time your shot will come to the Switch version, and that should fix up some of the complaints I have with the game. Overall, I am actually really, really loving NBA Playgrounds. Don't sleep on this game. Even if you're not a basketball fan, I think you'll have a lot of fun with NBA Playgrounds. I definitely love the game. Unfortunately, also, people said it's not too good in portable mode. I did talk about that a little bit in this video. Overall, I think it's worth picking up for $20 flat dollars. Again, don't forget, in the description below, I will be leaving an article talking about some of the updates and some of the players that are not currently in this version of the game that are in other versions of the game, so you can decide if you want to buy the Switch version or if you want to buy the PS4, the Xbox One version, or if you want to buy the Steam version. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.